I trust that my readers have not concluded from the preceding chapter on books that reading is my only pleasure. My pleasures and amusements are many and varied. More than once in the course of my story, I have referred to my love of the country and out of door sports. When I was quite a good little girl, I learned to row and swim. And during the summer, when I am at Varantham, I almost live in my boat. Nothing gives me greater pleasure than to take my friends out rowing than they visit me. Of course, I cannot guide the boat very well. Someone usually sits in the stern and manages rudder while I row. Sometimes, however, I go rowing without the rudder. It is one try to steer by the scent of water grasses and lilies and the bushes of the grow on the shore. I use oars with leather bands to keep them in position in the oarlocks, and I know by the resistance of the water when the oars are evenly poised in the same manner. I can also tell when I am pulling against the current. I like to contend with the wind and wear. What is more exhilarating than to make your strange little boat, obedient to your will and muscle, goes swimming lightly over glistening, tickling waves, and to feel the steady, imperious surge of the water. I also enjoy, and I suppose you will smile when I saw that I especially like it on moonlight nights. I cannot, it is true, see the moon climb up the sky behind the pines and steal softly across the heavens, making a shining path for us follow. But I know she is there, and I lie back among the pillows and put my hand in the water. I fancy that feel the shimmer of her garments, and she passes sometimes a daring little fish slips between my fingers, and often a pond lily presses shyly against my hand. Frequently, as we emerge from the shelter of a cover or inland, I am suddenly conscious of the spaciousness of the air about me. A luminous warmth seems to enfold me, whether it comes from the trees, which have been heated by the sun, or from the water. I can never discover. I had the same strange sensations even in the heart of city. I had felt it on cold, stormy days and night. It is like kiss of warm slips on my face. My favorite amusement is sailing. In the summer of 1901, I visited Nova Scotia and had opportunities such as I had not enjoyed before to make the acquaintance of the oceans. After spending a few days in Evangeline's country, about which Longfellow's beautiful poems as a woman woven a spell of enchantment, Miss Sullivan and I went to Halifax, where we remained the greater part of the summer. The harbour was our joy, our paradise. What glorious sails we had to Bedford Basin, to MC Nam's Island, to York, Redub, to the northwest Am, and at night what soothing, wondrous hours we spent in the shadow. The great silent men of Pharaoh. It was all so interesting, so beautiful. The memory of its joy forever. People who think that all sensation reaches through the eye and the ear have expressed surprise that I should notice any difference, except possibly the absence of payments between walking in city streets, in country roads, and the forget that my whole body is alive. The conditions about me, the rumble and roar of the city, smite and nerves of my face. I feel the careless tramp of unseen multitude, and dissonant drums swells my spirit. The grinding heavy wagons are pavements, monotonous clangor of machinery are all the more torturing the nerves if one's attention is diverted by the panorama that is always present in the noisy streets to people who can see. In the country one sees the only nature's fireworks and one sure is not saddened in the cruel struggle for mere existence that goes in the crowded city. Several times I have visited the narrow, dirty streets where the poor live. I grow hot and indignant to think that good people should be connect, live in fine houses because strong and beautiful while withered and creaking. The life seems in immense disparity between effort and opportunity. The sun and the air, God's free gift to all we say, but are they so in the cities dingy alleys? The sun shines not, that air is full of man. How dost thou forget the abstract by brother man and say, give us this day our daily bread when he was one? How, oh, would that man would lead the city, its splendor and its tremblet, and its God return to wood and felt and simple honest living. What a joy to feel the soft springy earth under my feet once more, to go follow grassy roads that led to funny books where I can beat my fingers in character of flipping notes, or to clamber over a stone wall into green fields to tumble and roll and climb. It was gladness next to a leisurely walk. I enjoy a spin on my tandem bicycle. It is splendid to feel the wind blowing in my face and springly motions of the iron steed. The rapid rush through the air gives me a delicious tone of the strength and buoyancy. The exercise makes me pulses dance, my head sing. And a rainy day keeps me indoors. I amuse myself after the manner of other girls. I like to knit and crochet. I read in the happy-go-lucky way. I love here and there a line, or perhaps I play a game or two of checkers or chess with a friend. I have a special board on which I play this game. The squares are cut out so that men stand in the firmly. The black checkers are flat, the white ones covered at the top. I happen to be all alone in the idle mood. I play a game of solitaire of which I am very fond. I use playing cards marked in the upper right hand corner of braille some symbols which indicate the value of the card. I often hold them stories or teach them a game, and when their hours depart and leave us good and happy. Museums and art stones are also sources of pleasure and inspirations. Doubtful, it will seem strange to many, the same undividable as my fingertips dance lines and curve that discover thought emotions which are the artist's love. Jesus can detect them in living faces I am permitted to touch. I feel in Diana's posture the grace and the freedom of the forest, and the spirit that tames the mountain lion subsides for fearless passions. My soul delights in the repose of gracious curves of Venus and the birds' bronzes. The secrets of the jungle is revealed to me. It is the face of a poet and a man acquainted with the sorrow how well I understand his deprivation and the perpetual night in which he dwelt. O dark amid the blaze of noon, irrecoverably dark, total eclipse without all hope of day and imagination. I can hear Homer singing as with us unsteady, hesitating steps. He grabs his waist from cram to cram, singing of life, love of war, of the splendid achievements of noble race. It was wonderful, glorious song, and won by the poet of immeasurable crown admiration of all ages. Another pleasure, it comes more rarely, and the other is going to the theatre, enjoying having a play described to my while is being acted on the stage for more than reading it, because it seems as if I were living in the midst of steering events. I also know Mr. Jefferson. I am proud to count him among my friends. I go to see him whenever I happen to be where he is acting. The first time I saw him act was while at school in New York. He played Rip Van Winkle. I had often read the story, but I had never felt the felt 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 dialogues of Rip Van Winkle in which a tear came close upon the smile. He asked to indicate, as far as I could, gestures and actions that would go with the illness. Of course, I have no sense whatever the dramatic actions could make only random guesses, but with the masterful art is suited to the action to the word. I remember well the first time I went to the theatre. It was 12 years ago. Elsie Leslie, the little actress, was boys Boston in the Miss Sullivan, took me to see her in the Prince and the Pauper. I shall never forget the ripple of alternating joy and joy that ran through that beautiful little play, or the wonderful child who acted wonderful. I was only just learning to speak and had previously repeated her name until I could say it perfectly. Imagine my delight when she understood the few words I spoke to her and without hesitation stretched her hands to greet me. It is not true then that my life, with all its limitation, touches at my many points of life of the word beautiful. Everything has its wonders, even darkness and silence, and I learn, whatever state I may be in, therein be content. Sometimes it is true. A sense of isolation enfolds me like a cold mist, as I sit alone and wait as life's shut gate. Beyond share there is a light and music and sweet companionship, but I may not enter fate's silent pitiless bars the way fain I would. I question his imperious disdain, for my heart is still undisciplined and passionate, but my tongue will not utter and bitter futile words that rise to my lips, and they fall back into my heart like unshed tears. Since it's immense upon my soul, they come hope with a smile and whispers, there is joy in forgetfulness. So I try to make the light in others' eyes my sun, in the music is others' eyes my symphony, the smile on others' lips my happiness.